Good afternoon. At 10 minutes gone past 12, we bring you the luncheon edition of news for today, Monday, April 20th, 2026. Coming up in the news, Grenada hosts the first ever Chinese food festival and culinary seminar. In the region, weekend tragedies in Trinidad and Tobago. On the international front, Iran plans to retaliate after the U.S. seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship in the Gulf. And in sport, North Stars FC clinches GFA's Under-19 title in style, and the GFA launches talent development scheme with induction of 50 young footballers. We have details to these and other stories when we return. The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Brighton and Miners.
Fire up the coals, bring the flavor. It's time to crown the King of the Grill. Maggie King of the Grill 2026 is calling you. Think you got the creativity, the skills, and the fire to rule the grill? This is the ultimate showdown for chefs, backyard masters, and the food lovers alike. Step up, show your talent, and claim your spot among the best. With over $5,000 in cash and prizes to be won, the stakes has never been hotter. Happening Saturday, May the 30th. Register now. Call or WhatsApp 407-8458. But hurry, registration close April the 30th.
To meet the news in details, I am Christlina John. Grenada's growing appetite for international cuisine took a major step forward this weekend as a Chinese cuisine development seminar was held alongside the island's first ever public Chinese food tasting festival. The seminar, hosted at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort, brought together local chefs, hospitality professionals, and visiting culinary experts from China for a focused exchange. The initiative was designed to go beyond the excitement of the public festival and invest directly in Grenada's food industry. Chinese Ambassador Yang Shu attended the event, which drew hundreds of patrons to Kamahon Park to sample traditional Chinese dishes such as dumplings and noodles.
So I think food is not only daily necessity, it's something related with culture. It's something related with business, actually, especially for the creative economy, for the catering industry, for tourism. So I think it's we have a lot of cooperation potential.
Meanwhile, participants at the seminar explored how Chinese cuisine could be adapted and sustained within local restaurants and hotels.
We bring these top chefs come to Grenada, especially for this event, and we hope that in the future we can make this event an annual event, for Grenadian people. Actually, I encourage such kind of exchange for the culinary art for two countries. I think food is actually has a very important cultural meaning. So by present our own food, I think it's a best way to communicate for the people, to increase, to strengthen the bonds of the two peoples. So I would like to create such kind of occasion for two countries' top chefs to prepare food together.
Discussions also highlighted the potential for incorporating Grenadian produce and spices into Chinese-style dishes to create unique fusion offerings. Grenada's ambassador to the People's Republic of China, Ian Marshall, he also pointed to potential for expanding menus, attracting new visitors, and strengthening Grenada's culinary diversity. The dual event reflected a broader push towards cultural and economic exchange, with food servings as a central bridge. Organizers are optimistic about the future collaboration, hinting that this weekend's activities could mark the beginning of a long-term effort to integrate international cuisines into Grenada's vibrant food scene. The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, in partnership with Eco Dive Grenada, hosted an Earth Day Marine Protected Area cleanup over the weekend, aimed at protecting the island's delicate coastal ecosystems. The initiative brought together divers, volunteers, and environmental advocates, all working to remove waste from shorelines and underwater habitats at Dragons Bay, Flamingo Bay, and the Underwater Sculpture Park area. Participants carried out both scuba diving and beach cleanup activities, targeting debris that threaten coral reefs and marine life. From plastics caught in reef systems to litter along Dragon Bay, the operation tackled pollution at multiple levels. Organizers say the effort is expected to have a measurable impact on Grenada's marine environment, a vital resource for tourism, fishing, and biodiversity. Officials from the Solid Waste Management Authority highlighted the importance of partnership, noting that collaboration with community groups strengthens national conservation efforts.
Presently, we just completed Dive 1, and so far we've gotten things as tires. We got multiple tires, we got tanks, we got lots of plastic bottles, glass bottles as well, lots of boat parts. Fiberglass, lots of fiberglass. We have some fishing equipment. Okay, we wouldn't go as far as saying that the waste is deliberately dumped. Sometimes accidents happen at sea. Sometimes things get away from you. But we just want people to be mindful of their activities while out at sea, and also while on land, because some of our activities on land can affect the marine environment. So we just want people to be mindful. If you are involved in the activity of deliberately littering and on land and offshore, we encourage you, to think about the environment.
That was Nikolai Boyk, Assistant Communications Officer at the Solid Waste Management Authority. Meanwhile, EcoDive Grenada is leading the underwater operations, ensuring that all cleanup activities are conducted safely and effectively within protected marine areas.
It's heartwarming for our divers to be able to give back, but it's also very eye-opening for how much litter is beneath the waves, what you can't see from the beach. The beach looks beautiful, but you don't have to go far to start finding a lot of things. So it's just a good reminder that we got to get in and do this, and we'll be back. Flamingo Bay and Dragon Bay will be back soon, because there's more there. We spent 2.5 hours underwater today, and there's more. So we'll be back again soon. But we were able to clean up around the underwater Grenada sign, which is important for all of our visitors to the island. So when they come and see our beautiful marine park and they're snorkeling, that area is now a lot more cleaned up than it was. And we made a huge difference today, so it's good.
The voice there of Kristen Finney, the General Manager of EcoDive Grenada, or Managing Director, that should read, of EcoDive Grenada. Initiative like these only help preserve the environment, but also reinforces Grenada's commitment to sustainable tourism. As Earth Day approaches this Wednesday, organizers are encouraging greater public involvement, reminding citizens that even small actions can make a big difference. On this note, we end the first segment of the news, which came to your compliments, Brighton and Miners. Do stay with us for your regional highlights.
Got something to share?
Call us at 440-1252.
WhatsApp 405-3052 or 407-8458.
Or email gbnnews@gbn.gd.
GBN News, first, accurate, voted #1.
With us and now for a look at what's making news across our region. Well, the weekend tragedies in Trinidad and Tobago involves the shooting death of a 4-year-old and one of the most serious security breaches that left an officer dead and guns and ammunition missing. We have details of this and more in today's regional roundup from the OCM News Network. This segment of the news comes to you compliments Fortune Foods Limited.
4 people confirmed dead following a shooting incident along the Lady Young Road in Mova, Trinidad. The incident is reported to have occurred last evening at around 7:45. It is reported the 4 were traveling in a red Mitsubishi Lancer when it came under heavy gunfire. Close to a Seventh-day Adventist church and a pedestrian walkover, the crash occurred. Officers who responded to the trouble call have confirmed that an adult male and a child died as a result of the attack. A manhunt has since been launched for the suspects who fled the scene. And it is being described as one of the most serious security breaches at a police facility in recent history. Relatives are now mourning the killing of a municipal police officer at her workplace in San Fernando, Trinidad. Acting Corporal Anusha Eversley was found dead yesterday morning at the San Fernando Municipal Police Station. A large quantity of firearms went missing from the station. 42-year-old Acting Corporal Eversley was last seen alive the night before at about 11 o'clock. At approximately 4:40 a.m. yesterday, a fellow officer returned to the station, found the area in darkness, and after turning on the lights, noticed blood coming from the quarters of the corporal. Further checks revealed that dozens of weapons and thousands of rounds of ammunition were missing, including Glock pistols, shotguns, and other firearms. Officers responded to the scene, found Corporal Eversley unresponsive inside her quarters. She was later pronounced dead. Relatives flooded the station after they got word of the incident. Investigators have said that she had visible gunshot wounds about her body. And another gruesome discovery is made at a cemetery in Cumuto, Trinidad. Bodies are found in a mass grave. The dead include children. The discovery was made last Saturday. 2 men detained in connection with the discovery are aged 18 and 25. Police say they are investigating these incidents.
Have you heard?
Welcome back, and now for a look at what's making news on the international front. Well, Iran plans to retaliate after the U.S. seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship in the Gulf. Donald Trump says there's an American destroyer fired on the vessel after it repeatedly ignored warnings. Here's more in this report.
The ships have stopped moving completely in the Strait of Hormuz. We've got Donald Trump giving it will blow up every power plant, every bridge, no one Mr. Nice Guy, which is effectively, it's not really a negotiating position, that's more of an ultimatum. And the Iranians saying, well, our demands haven't been met, so we're not attending.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has condemned abhorrent attacks on the Jewish community in North London. Well, we hear more in this report.
Terror police are looking into whether a series of attacks against Jewish and Israeli sites in London have been carried out by an Iranian-backed group. The latest was on Saturday at a synagogue in Harrow in North London. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said he's appalled by recent attempted anti-Semitic arson attacks in North London. President of the United Synagogue, an umbrella body for Orthodox Judaism, Sal Taylor, wants the government to go further.
This is an epidemic of anti-Jewish hate. We have to face the reality. No one thinks we've seen the end of this. We are a resilient community, and we won't be cowed by this hatred. The government usually responds with words of support and sometimes extra money for security. Now, that's always welcome, but this is plastering over the issue. These attacks are coming from Islamic extremists, and the government have to openly and verbally recognise this and tackle it head on.
French President
Now we move on to your sporting highlights. Well, good afternoon, sporting fans. And North Stars FC clinched the Grenada Football Association's Under-19 Tournament Championship last night with an epic 4-0 win over FC Carmahan FCC at Fond. The match showcased North Stars' dominance from the onset, with Raheem Raybon netting the opener in the second minute. Despite FCC's efforts, North Stars maintained their lead into half-time. The second half saw FCC's Dorenzo McIntosh concede on an own goal in the 58th minute, widening the gap. Omar Franklin added to the tally in the 63rd minute, and Kevin Fleming capped off the performance in the 76th, sealing the title. The victory underscores North Stars' technical discipline and tactical composure throughout the tournament, with official presentations following the final whistle. And the Grenada Football Association, the GFA, will officially launch its Talent Development Scheme, the TDS, today, inducting 50 of Grenada's most promising young footballers. The induction ceremony is taking place this evening at 5 p.m. at the National Cricket Stadium. This landmark initiative marks a bold investment in the future of Grenadian football. After a rigorous nationwide selection process, the chosen athletes representing the best young talents from across the island are set to benefit from intensive professional coaching, nutritional support, and high-performance training. The TDS is designed to prepare these young footballers to compete at the highest levels, both regionally and internationally. And that's your sporting highlights. Do stay with us for a recap of the headlines when we come back. Recapping the headlines that made the news today, while Grenada hosts the first ever Chinese food festival and culinary seminar. In the region, weekend tragedies in Trinidad and Tobago. On the international front, Iran plans to retaliate after the U.S. seized an Iranian flag cargo ship in the Gulf. And in sport, we just heard that North Stars FC clinched the GFA Under-19 title in style, and GFA launches talent development scheme with induction of 50 young footballers. Well, this has brought us to the end of the luncheon edition of News for today, Monday, April 20th, 2026. On behalf of the entire news team, I have been your presenter, Christlina John, thanking you for having joined us.